Yo, welcome back to another episode, another season number 2. We popping this thing off right with the first episode. With the, you got your guys spacing between. It's your boy Anthony, aka Dub, and I'm with my co-host,
your boy Donovan, aka Dono.
You know what I mean? We here with another guest for the first episode. Our boy,
yes sir,
coming back one more time for this episode. Go ahead and tell me your name, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Ugo. Gucci.
Yeah, how's it feel? How's it feel to go in for your last time, bro?
What you mean?
Like, how's it feel to have your last time ever showing up on a podcast?
Your last appearance on any podcast.
Are you
not just
are you
ours.
nervous?
How are we gonna tell them that it's gonna be us two from now
I
on?
think this nigga delusional. This is why he gotta go. So back to the business at hand. So today's topic is gonna be bringing expectations into a relationship. Man, that subject goes so deep and it goes in so many different various ways. Everybody got their own opinion, their own preference. But you know how we do it on this podcast. Whoever's at this table, we're going to talk about life as we know it. You know what I mean? So if you got any comments you want to leave or anything, let us know. You got our links for the messages, our email, DM us. And you know what I mean? Put in your input for the next episode, or you just want us to keep it to ourselves and we could talk about it ourselves. But hey, let's get straight into it.
That whole live?
Huh? It's live.
Yeah, crazy. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Expectation in a relationship.
All right, so we're gonna kick it off with the first question. I'm pose the question. What are some things you feel like you should not bring into a relationship? Again, we said you should feel like you should, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like opinion.
Yeah, so my preference, what you shouldn't bring into a relationship. I know it's hard not to, but like,
another nigga.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say that, but we see where your head is right now. I'm sorry for whatever you going through, but baggage. You know what I mean? It's hard not to. It comes with the territory, but you shouldn't bring in baggage that will set your expectation of how the relationship of your new relationship finna go. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, you can't just get rid of your baggage. Like, you can't just drop it.
Yeah, impossible.
It's impossible to just drop your baggage.
Impossible.
So when we mean, like, when you coming into I'm stuck with when you coming into a relationship, you should be like you should be aware of your baggage, is what I'm saying. Like, you should take the time to be self-aware, to introspect, and look at what your baggage is. Like, every time somebody says something to you, or like there's like a certain topic of cheating, and that's gonna set you off and shit like that. No matter what they're talking about, it's gonna set you off. You should be aware of that, and then be open to that changing or to that be growing. Because you can't just drop off your baggage. You have to bring it and know you've got the baggage with you, so that you can get it.
So you don't base your new nigga or new female off that old baggage that you got from your last relationship.
People comparing their new relationship to their ex relationship. People be like, oh, comparing this dude to my ex, or my ex did this, and this dude don't do this, or he do this. Like, that's going to offset the relationship.
Yeah.
Because if you comparing your new man to your ex, those are two different people. You know what I'm saying? They're never going to be the same, especially if you like the new nigga, he trying a bunch. He like, I'm doing this and this and this. He's like, well, my ex did this. My ex bought me a car. Bro, I got $20 to my name. I can get you some ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You used to fuck with a nigga that had $2,000 and he only gave you $20. But I had $20 and I gave you my $20. You feel me? You know what I mean? It's just, it might look different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But come on, bro. You know what I mean? Don't set me at the same standard as your last.
And then on the inverse of that, it can be like, man, my ex was terrible, and this new dude is like great, but because your ex was it's too good to be true. Because your ex is so terrible, you bringing in all that other stuff because of your terrible ex. When your new dude trying as hard as he can, new dude is trying as hard as he can, but he's like, blah blah blah. And he's like, man, I can't win.
Like, I'm saying, like, it's just like simple as that saying. Like, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it's gonna live its whole life feeling like it's stupid. So you just gotta like,
hold on, one more time. This season 2, baby. This season 2. Listen up.
What do you say?
If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, then it's gonna live its entire life feeling like it's stupid. You can't walk into something and have your expectations, your intentions, kind of like pigeonhole somebody and make sure they have to go down this certain path, and they don't do this certain path, they don't love you. That's the whole thing about love languages. If somebody's love language is gift buying, another person's love language is quality time, somebody can buy you a gift every damn day. Like, that's cool, but you ain't never with me. Other person, like, you don't ever buy me shit. Yeah, you always by my side, but you don't ever buy me nothing. So like, they just don't ever communicate. They never get there. They're both doing great and they're both right, but they just are not meshing together, because that's not being open-minded, and you're bringing past, I guess you can call it past baggage, and you're past like whatever shit you carry, whatever, like not baggage, another word for it, but you're bringing that in there, and you're kind of like under, what's the word, under, you know, like
undermining,
like the other person's efforts and attempts, because you want them or expect them to act a certain way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, to propose this question, fellas, once again, it's 3 guys on here. You know what I mean? 3 guys. So, let us live.
2.5.
Let us make. What does that even mean?
What you mean?
You know,
let us make it. You know what I mean? We speaking from life as we know it as men. But, guys, fellas, so how do y'all feel? Like we said, when you bring your baggage in, you expect this from this nigga because you got it from your last nigga. So how does it make you feel when you get in a relationship with somebody and they're trying to change you? Like, of course, in a relationship, you're going to change. Yeah. Things is going to change about you. You know what I mean? For the better, though. It's supposed to be for the better, though. Yeah. So how do you feel when you feel like too much is changing?
He opening up a box right now. Hey, don't climb the podcast, man.
It's Friday. Let's get it though.
It's season 2, my boy. You still can't climb the podcast.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Is that one of the most toxic phrases I've ever said in my life, and believed it, was when I was in that last relationship, and I was like, it's okay. You don't always have to meet somebody you're right for. You can just make the person you're with the person right for you. And that means you can just change them to fit your lifestyle, do what you want. Like, if they don't listen correctly, tell them how they should be. They should be like this. They should talk to you this way. They should act towards you this way. And then they become the person that's perfectly right for you. But that's not how life works. People are people, and we're supposed to change, but not for somebody else specifically.
It's going to be that natural change that you have when you're experiencing life with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you start a relationship, before the relationship, you're going through life on your own. You got your homies, you got your friends, you got your family, but you're not going through life with a significant other, with somebody that you're like, this is my person. Yeah. So that change, that transcendence to like, man, I'm with this person now, and I got to experience life different than what I was doing before. And now I'm doing it with somebody else, and I got to know how to interact with them. I got to know how to maneuver with them. Yeah. That's going to be that natural change. Yeah. But that forced change is what a lot of people misconstrue to be natural. They're like, man, I can just change them, and then it's gonna be like, it's gonna be good, but niggas is never gonna change, no cap. I'm the type of nigga that's not gonna change. You know what I'm saying?
For yourself, you the type of nigga that ain't gonna change. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would hope to be better as a person, but in my values and my morals and who I am,
100%.
Like, I'm just, that's never gonna change.
If I'm changing my values and shit, my core,
yeah. So you're trying to change mine.
Come on,
that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people go in relationships like, oh, he on that, I'm not on that, so I'm gonna change it. It's like, bro, I'm not gonna
go get somebody else who's already on that. Like
go ahead, my boy.
That's why it's this little phrase I heard when I was young, and I ain't really thought about it until like right now. Like, I heard this shit when I was like young, nigga. But like that whole situation where you either physically and mentally changing them to become somebody that you want them to be, or them naturally doing it. That's the difference between love and fantasy. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Say it again, my boy.
Say it again, my boy. They were bullshit while I was just saying what I was saying. I gotta say it one more time. Okay. That whole when you forcing somebody to become somebody you want them to become, or them naturally doing it, that's the difference between love and fantasy.
See, look, I don't know why this is the first thing that popped in my head. It's like going in, you pick up a Spider-Man comic, right? And Stan Lee wrote Spider-Man a certain way. It's like God wrote us a certain way. We
Mhm.
have our character. We have who we supposed to be. You go in there and you're like, that's not Spider-Man. It's this week. Spider-Man should be like, he shouldn't be funny. This nigga should be serious.
Yeah.
And you go in there and you try to rewrite in the story. This is how it is. This is how it is. Blah 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 blah. That shit's never gonna work.
Like people saying Andrew Garfield not the best Spider-Man. It just don't make sense.
Stop
You
talking.
feel me?
Anyway,
You feel me? It just don't make no sense.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Back to some reality serious shit.
Not fantasy.
You know what I mean? Not fantasy shit. But yeah, that's the difference between love and fantasy. If you're in love with somebody in a relationship, you're naturally gonna change. You feel me? It's not even like in love, it's just love, period.
Yeah.
Like you just based off your group of friends. Well, I hope y'all will have a good group of friends, some actually real ones. But you gonna look back and everybody done look back at a time in their life where they literally sat in their room and they like, bro, 5 months ago I was a totally different nigga or a totally different female. But I started hanging out with these fools 5 months ago. I done noticed some things like naturally changing in me. I didn't choose for it to change in me, but it naturally changed in me because of the people that I've been hanging with. You know what I mean? The stuff I'm trying to abide by and move by. But when I feel like, not when I feel like, but when I see niggas forcing on campus to try to become something that they not so they can fit in with other people, that's a fantasy. You feel me? You in a
niggas
group.
lame as hell. My mom.
Your friendship relationship is based off of fantasy. All y'all come from different backgrounds. Y'all probably got loving parents, got money. Y'all been smart all y'all life. Y'all done got into UT. Now all of a sudden, I hear y'all gang banging, trapping out the house. Everybody dope dealers, you know what I mean? That's a fantasy. You forced that. You didn't have to have that. That was completely forced. You took something and forced it into your life to change who you want it to be. You know what I mean?
It's also girls that want to have that can dress up boyfriend. That's your boyfriend. He a regular smuggler nigga. And he proud of that. Yeah, I would be
having a great life.
He having a great life being
shorts and t-shirts every day.
So that's who he is. That's how he came up. You know what I'm saying? But you want this nigga to look a certain way in front of other people. You know what I'm saying? You want him to be like, I'm gonna put him in this, and I'm gonna have him do this when I'm around others. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this is just not who he is. So I was like that same thing with expectation and reality and fantasy. It's like you want everybody to view y'all's relationship as a certain thing that it's not. Because of whatever. Like maybe you just care about what other people think, or maybe you just like your boyfriend is not satiating you and you want him to be something else. But at the end of the day, you making your boyfriend something that he's not, it's gonna make him unhappy, and it's gonna make you unhappy. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was just thinking.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody not gonna be happy.
Both of them at that point.
At that point, he gonna feel like, man, I'm with this girl and I fuck with her heavy, and I want to make her happy, and she's like, do this to make me happy. He's like, okay, because she's saying this can make me happy, I'm gonna do it. But it's like at the end of the day, he's feeling some type of way because like this is not me.
That's that dark world, that dark world that you go down a dark path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That whole, I want to make her happy or I want to make him happy, and they're telling me this would make them happy, but I know it wouldn't make me happy, and I know it'll make me change my morals.
Are you good, Dado?
Let me tell you.
Hey, go ahead,
talk your shit.
Let's start some anecdotal experience. We gonna start with Dado. He good. Let's get into it.
I just feel like it's being on my heart. So the trickiest part about that, and the most simplest shit that's gonna make you just tweak your shit. It's gonna indoctrinate you. Is all you gotta do. All I want you to do is listen to me.
That phrase. All
you gotta do is small more. All you gotta.
They make it seem like it's so little.
It's
like it's a little task.
It's simple. Like all I ask you to do. It's simple. All I ask you to do is just love me more. All I ask you to do is text me back. All I ask you to do is blah 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 blah. And you hearing all I gotta do? Okay, that's cool. It's simple. I'm tripping. Let me just fit there. Let me get there. Let me do that. And not hearing all I gotta do makes it sound like it's a very simple thing. These simple things is building on each other more and more and more. And every time you fail the first one, then there's the next one on top of that. And there's the next one on top of that. And then these all just lead up to you feeling like failure. Like you just ain't been able to do all of these simple things. Okay, well if I can't do the simple things, I can't do the big thing. I can't do this. I can't do that. And like I'm saying, there's anecdotal experience behind that one for me because it's just like
no way.
I'll tell you the story later. Bro.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you the story later. But like it's like when you leave these, all you got to do like breadcrumbs, and you're trying to pick them up and you're fucking up on every little breadcrumb, and you get to the end and it's just big ass, just like monster. At this point you ain't even ready, you ain't even defend it. You don't even know where you're walking. You're just following breadcrumbs because you don't know what the end goal is. So you're just being led astray. You're losing yourself in top of all of this, and you're gaining this idea of I'm a failure on top of all this. So it's just a path that's all the way down from somebody trying to change you into what they think you should be. Because in the essence, and while they're focusing on you and trying to get you to be something, they have no eyes on themselves. They're not trying to fix themselves this whole thing. They're thinking, only way I can be happy is if this nigga treats me.
Boy, you done made some people mad, boy. You done made some people mad. You done made some people like, I just know that nigga ain't. Yeah, you just made some people mad.
Once you entirely once you kind of predicate your happiness, your joy, your success on somebody else's actions, you take all eyes off yourself. Because now they are the one that's going to get you from point A to point B, not yourself. It's always going to be yourself. Every time, as soon as you do that, you're deluding yourself. You're like, he going to do it for me. If he's happy, I'm happy. If he doing good, I'm doing good type shit. Or if I'm doing good, she's doing good type shit. It's not like that. So while they're trying to be like, you need to do better, you need to do better, you need to do better, they're never turning the mirror around. They're never looking at themselves and being like, well, I'm doing this wrong. Well, maybe I shouldn't be expecting you to do this because, that's not how you are. I shouldn't ask you not to be a friendly nigga if you are a friendly nigga. I know it's a lot of y'all out there that say y'all love some nigga who gonna be like, he gonna be.
You want a charismatic nigga, but they don't know what comes with being a charismatic.
If you charismatic asshole, bro, it's not.
It don't mix. It's like oil and water, bro. It don't go together.
If you charismatic, everybody want to be around you. You're gonna be able to talk to people well because you charismatic. So you can't be saying like, why my boy charismatic?
Look at him talking all these motherfuckers. I bet all these hoes.
It's like because he's charismatic. People want to be around him.
I mean, that's what you fell for. Obviously, other people gonna want him around too. That's just how it is.
I thought I remember someone said, when you love something, you admire it, and you want to cultivate it so you can admire it more. If you find somebody who's charismatic, if I found a girl who is charismatic, I'm not gonna try to just hog all that for me and get all the charisma and shit like that, because charisma doesn't just get applied to one person. It's a general thing. I'm gonna want to get her in places where she can be that, she can flourish. I can see her. We go to some events, she talking to everybody loves her. I'm like, okay, that's my girl. Like that's dope. Look at her doing her thing.
That's like signs of a healthy relationship. Facts. It's like when you see somebody being them, and you're like, man, I love that. That is dope. Like you see them being them in a group of people, or seeing them being them, like wherever they are. You're like, man, I love that. That's dope. But signs of an unhealthy relationship is when you get done being yourself, and you get done, say like you're charismatic, you get done being charismatic in a group of people, and your girl's like, why was you talking to everybody like that? Like, why was you so friendly? Why was you so smiling?
You have a whole argument with being yourself.
That's like finding a beautiful ass bird, beautiful dove out in the nature. Like, dude, man, that thing is so beautiful. I just love watching it. Let me grab it and put it in a cage, stick that cage in my back, in my trunk. So you can watch it whenever you want to.
Say it again for these niggas in the bag.
You heard niggas feelings, bro.
Say it to these niggas in the bag. I ain't gonna lie, they gonna cancel that. I think we the first season back. That's how you gonna do it. These niggas gonna cancel us after this first episode.
She get wicked.
But I was like, it's taking this beautiful thing that you was admiring, and then you're grabbing it, putting it in a cage, and putting it where you feel like you should be getting all of that beauty. And the beauty is not the same when it is restricted to a cage, and it's restricted, and it cannot spread its wings.
Not healthy.
It's not healthy at all for you, because you're watching a thing that you're never gonna get that anymore. If you control it and you restrict it, you're not gonna get that same charisma. You're not gonna get that same happiness. You're not gonna get that same joy, because they don't have it no more now that they've been trapped. The bird not gonna sing no more.
I was just finna get to that. I was just finna get to that. When you do that, trap the bird in the cage, like my man saying, check me out. When you put that nigga in a cage, and then you go back to the cage every day, day by day, and you wondering why the bird's dying, why the bird's giving up, why the bird not giving you the same energy, is because it can't flourish in that cage. You trapped it. It feels trapped. It can't be itself no more. It's itself when it's in the air, not while it's in the cage. You don't change its setting, and now I don't want to be itself no more. It's trying to change to survive in a cage. Not to survive in the air where it usually is.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, bro.
Niggas gonna go catch a seawater dolphin. Oh, this thing's so beautiful. Throw it in the freshwater lake and it dies. It's not what it's supposed to be.
It's not
It's supposed to be admiring it in its nature. And if you want to be around it, you get into their space, you get into their nature, and you watch them where they are.
See, to adapt with them, and y'all grow together, or leave it alone, bro. Stop forcing it.
And that's why when you bring those expectations to a relationship, trying to reel it back in, that's why you bring those expectations to a relationship, you're creating something that is not real. That is a fantasy. It's like, man, my man's gonna do this, my man's gonna be this, and when he's around people, he's gonna act this way. And then all the way over there, he like, I'm just not on that. Like that's just not it. That's what creates discord in a relationship. That's what creates like all that arguments, all that stuff, because you bringing those expectations in. You know what I'm saying? And
you're making a toxic environment to where that person cannot thrive.
And we not sitting here saying that your relationship can't be healthy, it can't change, and y'all can't talk about things that y'all don't like. Like, because like say like your man is cheating and he out there talking to other girls. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously like, damn, like is that somebody who's cheating on me? Because he's a known cheater. But we talking about expectations. Your man is doing everything he needs to do, but you are just a bearer of just jealousy. You know, he's like, that's the expectation you want. You don't want him to talk to other people because you're jealous. You know,
these expectations are here for the prior trauma, how past people have done you, and everything like that. Like, it's not saying you shouldn't have expectations. Period. Like, I would, if I want to be in a monogamous relationship, I would expect for my significant other not to have sex with nobody else. That's like
that's baseline.
This is like baseline, like definitional. And again, when you have these expectations, I would also communicate that. I can't expect them to reciprocate that. If I tell them and come to them like, I would like to have a non-relationship, I would expect you. I would hope you don't do that, because they might come into it thinking, well, I don't give a fuck. You can do what you want, so I'm gonna do what I want.
You gotta go into a relationship with an open mind always. Everybody does it. It's a human thing to do, but everybody sits here and be like, what's their perfect person? What's your perfect girl? What's your perfect man? What's your preference? Your perfect preference. You know what I mean?
Perfect preference.
At the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, the person that you fall in love with is not gonna have everything on that checklist. Okay. They might be missing one thing or two things, but you got to be able to sit there and look at all your expectations and sit there and think and be like, which one of these I have to have, and which one of these I can like. He can get by on. What do I need most? You know what I mean? And that's how you could dictate who you could be with, bro.
Yeah, let's go back to that Ken and Barbie. Like, you want that Ken dress up boyfriend when it's like, we're human beings. You don't get that Ken dress up. We don't get that perfect guy. And I'm not saying that niggas need to be out here disrespecting girls. Like, 100%. You know what I'm saying? This is not what we're saying. We're not saying that he, like, obviously bare minimum respect, love.
Come on,
like,
guy.
Not loyalty. Like,
love
that's all that stuff is bare minimum. But what I'm saying is like, man, I want my man to be 6'5". This man is like in love with you. Will do anything for you.
Anything for you.
He's not 6'5" though. And it's like, at the end of the day, I don't got no problem because, you know what I'm saying, I'm 6'4".
You gonna put that out there?
Yeah, I had to.
Man, come on.
I had
come
to.
on, get back to it.
My bad. But what I'm saying is like, 6'2".
Come on, bro. Get back
anyway,
to it.
You know what I'm saying? 6'5".
6'5", Aki, 250.
And so when I lost my damn train of thought.
You try to joke and shit. Look, okay, but while you get it back, I'm gonna hit this point right here too. Is that like, again, you're gonna have expectations, how like moves, and the most important part of that when I said like being self-aware and understanding them is that if you have expectations that a nigga is supposed to be, again, we're speaking from heterosexual males, how we go about it. Say like you're expecting like your man to be like he don't want to talk to girls. Like he's like real. You're the only girl he like talk to. He don't have like girlfriends and shit like that. That's cool. If you tell him that and he has similar expectations and y'all move the same way, it's perfectly fine. If y'all are on the same wavelength, same page, that's cool. But you have to communicate that And if you find out you have different expectations of the other person, you don't try and change their expectations.
Get out of there.
Exactly. You should be like, that's not how you do love. That's not how you do relationship.
You don't
For
fly
real.
a
Hey,
jet.
though.
You don't fly a jet and see a fucking missile coming at you like, I think I can shake it. Let me try to shake it first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? See if I can get away from it. You know what I mean? No, your ass is supposed to eject immediately when that missile fucking coming. Because your ass you might dodge it if you cold enough. You might dodge it one time. And then you might get lucky the second time. But that third time, that bitch is going to blow you the fuck up. You know what I mean? And it's the same way, bro. Stop trying to change these folks because y'all going to have that one big fight. Y'all going to make it through. Y'all gonna have that second big fight. Y'all might make it through if y'all fucking lucky. But that third one, shit. That third one might hit it. Yeah, and your relationship gonna blow up when you should have ejected from the beginning. Now both y'all times wasted. Now both y'all changed. Y'all not the same people y'all was. Both y'all hurt. And it was a waste of time.
I think people are starting to misinterpret what getting to know somebody is. That's what the whole dating process is. You get to know them, you get to understand them, and you don't get to know the things you're gonna have to get used to. Like you're not dating this person to find out, okay, I'm gonna have to put up with this, I'm gonna have to put up with that. If you find out early on, you had these conversations, you find out they don't understand how to communicate correctly, they don't communicate the same way you do, they have different expectations. That's when it's respectful, cool, I fuck with you, I like you and all that. But it doesn't seem like we have the same morals, we don't have the same foundations, we're not gonna do it together. Let's drop it here so we don't get in love with each other and all that. And then when we have to drop it later, inevitably, because we don't work together well, now it hurts more. Now I'm stuck and all this extra shit.
And then y'all fucked up when y'all have y'all's first sex.
That's when you really fucked up.
Come on, now.
You had the first sex.
You had the first sex.
But
when you do the sex for the first time, bro.
Let's be real. That's the thing that be clowning us to, you know what I mean? That be like keeping us from realizing that this not the person that I'm supposed to be with. You know what I mean? It's like that shit good. You know what I mean? That shit good. But hey, she that shit gas.
When she went home, what you mean, my boy?
Look, your homeboy coming up, he complain about her, he talk shit about her. I'm like, what the hell, bitch? You kicked her out, right? He was like, what you mean, my boy? I was like, what you mean? Like, nah, nigga, she stayed. I beat it. You know what I mean? I beat them cheeks. I took it out on her. Get your toxic ass on, nigga. That's some toxic ass shit.
Bro, one thing that I do hate is people. I just hate entitled people in general, but people who are entitled in relationships. Meaning that, like, man, they think they deserve something. They deserve like a certain standard. Like, we just not all human beings. I hate, man. I done been through, you know, my like girl that's entitled, and I'm just like, man, like I said, I'm never gonna change. I'm talking about it's never gonna change. I'm a simple nigga. I wouldn't say.
Just to let y'all know who out there listen. you ever see him?
I'm never
best
gonna
to know
change.
what you dealing with.
I'm talking nigga. I wear the same flannel every day.
You get what you get.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna change. So it's like, bro, you gotta do this and this. I'm just like,
literally not gonna change.
I was like, I'm just,
you see me with, I'm not gonna
the same fit. I ever hop on this hoe again. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same shit. Same head.
I don't know why niggas say, yo, he's not coming back.
Bro, when we gonna keep this nigga out, bro?
Anyway, with the closing remarks,
what I was saying,
we got these closing remarks. Any last things I want to say to the folks real quick?
No, I just think the overall message I like to convey, wrap it up, is you communicate these two things. You'll see y'all on two different points. You do it early on. You don't think of how you can change that. You don't think of how you can get these like two places to meet in the middle. Typically, you should just let it go. Let it go. If they're far enough outside of your morals, far enough outside of what you can deal with, they're deal breakers, let it go. And that's what getting to know people is. That's what communication is. And that's what cooperation is. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, any closing remarks?
Shit, I don't got too much to say.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Well,
shit, I don't got too much to say.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in for another episode. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Season 2. We popping it off, you know what I mean, with this episode right here, episode number 1 of season 2. We appreciate all the support that we got from the previous season. Let's pop it off again. Let's do this again. Let's make it bigger. Let's spread it. We're going to try to do something way different this season, man. But, hey, appreciate y'all, boys. Yeah, that nigga not coming back. That nigga's not coming back. That nigga's he can't come back.
Bam, 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 bam.
But anyway, it's your boy Space in Between, boy. A-Dub.
Ugochi. That's it.
And we sign it out again.
Yeah, me too.